Happy Thumbs Gaming. Big show.
Hey everybody, it's Brian with Happy Thumbs Gaming. Today we're checking out the Prologue with our first look at the Exodus. So here we are at the beginning menu here. As you can see, we've got a couple different modes. We've got the campaign, multiplayer, and escalation. Escalation is kind of like a horde or waves mode where, you know, the further you get, the more intense it gets. There are some trophies based off of that as far as getting certain distances as well as spending a certain amount of money. So worth looking into. Multiplayer has some trophies as well, and as you guessed it, there will be some trophies for the campaign too. So we're gonna go ahead and hop into the first level here as we kind of scan through and look at all the levels. We got 13 levels total there. I think we can count anyways. And by the end, we get to play as both the Autobots and the Decepticons, and it's pretty cool. So I'll shut up and listen to what's going on here.
We have no choice, Bumblebee. The war is lost. Leaving our home is the hardest decision I've ever had to make. It has been a long, painful war with the Decepticons.
It's always painful when Megatron's involved.
Whatever lies beyond that portal is our best and last.
And seriously, someone tell Optimus to clear his throat. Like, is it just me? I feel like if he just that like he would actually understand him.
We're approaching the portal. That indicates it's growing more unstable.
At this rate, it may close before we even get there.
Hopefully it doesn't close before you get there. It's never a good thing.
Megatron.
Megadon.
Direct all fire on those tow cables.
Ruh-roh. Does not look good for old Bumblebee.
All hands to combat.
Bumblebee, you with us? Optimus, he's coming around.
Yeah.
He's been through worse. Voice chip is still crushed. Nothing
Go,
new
yeah,
there.
go figure.
Base energon levels are almost normal. Overshields are charging up. I need to test your retinal scanners. Follow the light.
Retinal scanners. Alright, took me a second to figure this out. Alright, so this is essentially a walkthrough, as most prologues these days. There isn't any collectibles or anything special to be noted other than the fact that you do get introduced to a few enemies, you do get introduced to how your camera handles and how the movements and firing are. So, kind of a tutorial, so to speak, but integrated into the story rather than something side, some element that doesn't have anything to do with the story.
Here, grab this ammo clip.
So as you can tell, it's just basically notifying you, you know, hey, this is ammo, pick it up. Here's Energon, pick it up. I will note too, wife's gonna hate me for this, but my wife was talking about stuff and she kept calling Energon Energon. Thought it was kind of funny. Like, dude, it's Energon, not Energon. I love my wife, she's awesome. In fact, she hooked me up with a nice little special today that you will see in our August 2012 game break. Kind of cool. So here we are. I'm just kind of playing around. I have it on the normal difficulty. As time would go on, I do die a few times. And although it's not too hard for me, it's horrible for recording purposes. So I bumped it down to easy. But there's a trophy for beating it on hard. So if you're going for that platinum, you might want to save yourself the hassle and get the hard out of the way now.
I will tear your ship apart piece by piece.
Whatever, Megadong.
Optimus! Decepticons are swarming the engine deck!
I'm on my way. Bumblebee, stay and cover the bridge.
So, I know a few of you are old schoolers out there like me and have been a fan of Transformers since they were invented. You know, some of you are younger too and are just getting introduced to the Transformers, or, you know, just in the last few years. Regardless, for some of you old schoolers out there, or for any of you new schoolers that want to look it up and help find the answer, I'm not done with the story yet as far as this game goes, so I don't know how it'll end. But the Dinobots are brought in to the story. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't the Dinobots created by Ratchet on Earth after Cybertron fell? in the cartoon series that was on TV in the 80s. I mean, I got it on Netflix. I mean, I could go watch it. I just haven't had time. But it's kind of one of those things for me that's like, dude, the Dinobots are awesome. I'm glad they're here. But it's like they hopped in a time machine and went back in time or something. Because I don't, I said something to my son about it, and he was like, maybe they were just like testers, like prototypes. And I was like, well, good point. They weren't really made until they were on Earth. Alright, back to the story. So far, the game's pretty awesome. Graphics are sweet. Transforming's sweet. Buttons are sweet. Everything seems pretty natural. Story doesn't seem forced. Makes a lot of sense so far to how far I am. I'm a couple, 3 or 4 chapters in. As of this recording, anyways. And the diversity of the gameplay is pretty cool too. Like, just the difference in things you get to do. Old High Moon did a good job. I definitely like their first one too. The old what was it, War on Cybertron? War of Cybertron? Something like that. I don't remember. Kind of giving you a taste, showing you that the Decepticons are being a pain in your arse yet again.
Bumblebee, you're almost to the defense tower.
Whee!
Optimus is losing ground.
Oh, big bada boo.
Loose flames will bubble your paint if you don't haul out.
Bubble your paint.
That energon will cool your chassis.
Chassis? Yeah, so I don't know if that's scripted, that it actually takes you down to 1 and you survive, or if you can actually die there, but I would imagine you could probably die. And of course, this is always an awesome feature for a third-person game, is being able to switch shoulders. Since nobody seems to enjoy the actual classic behind third-person view anymore. Everything has to be over the shoulder.
That's it! Put him down! Put him down! I'll hold the line. The defense mainframe is just through that door.
Easy now.
Game does a good job of leading you right to where you need to go. Not a lot of inconclusive where do I go situations. However, they do throw the element of audio logs and weapon blueprints that you find along your journeys. So far, the first couple levels have had quite a few of them. Blueprints seem to be more or less in your pathway. The audio logs seem to kind of be scattered. Some you'll find along your way. Some are definitely pretty tricky. So we will. We plan on doing a walkthrough for most of these levels. Just kind of depends on what you guys want. If you guys would just prefer the trophies and the walkthroughs are self-explanatory, or if you guys are finding these audio logs, let us know, because we'll probably do a couple of them and see what your feedback is, and then we'll go from there, because we got a lot of games on our plate right now. We've got Borderlands 2 about to come out. We've got Tony Hawk HD that just released. That's a classic for some of us, something brand new for others. And what else we got? We got a bunch of stuff going on right now. On to the game. Kind of almost reminds me of Star Wars at the same time, driving through those gullies in the X-Wings. Dun, dun, dun.
Nice work. Bumblebee, you're running out of road. You'll have to jump it.
Oh no! It's awesome that you can jump in vehicle mode.
Over here. Ratchet said you were coming. Open up. We got Bumblebee.
Knock, knock, knock.
Thank Primus, the defense grid is back up. You pull that off? Nice. You stand a chance without it.
Yeah? What do you think the odds are now?
I'd say since I'm controlling, pretty good.
Over here, Bumblebee. Fresh supplies.
Well, what's wrong with this guy? Why does he look like he's been shot?
Blast some cons straight back to Cybertron. through here, Bumblebee. You want to be tip of the spear? We're right
Ooh,
behind
tip
you.
of the spear. I assume that's a good thing. So yeah, some of these Autobots you can talk to.
The Ark can't take much more of this. We'll never make it through that.
Most of them's just a quick statement like, "Oh my gosh, thanks," or you know, "We're awesome, we're gonna make it," or "We're never gonna make it."
Hold the line.
You got some happy ones, some sad ones. Obviously, there's no robot version of Adderall. Alright. Got ourselves a rocket launcher. Rocket launchers are always a great thing. So this gun is pretty crazy. There are quite a few guns in this game. I have yet to unlock all of them. You know, you come across quite a few along your path, and then there's the standard weapons, and then there's the orange weapons that seem to be like your secondary and special type weapons. And the rocket launcher does some damage, that's for sure. But I definitely wouldn't stick with that. You want to utilize all the firepower that the game gives you, because they created it for a reason. The ammo's pretty available as well. So as you can see there, the heavy ammo is available in the orange icons like that, as opposed to little blue ones, the little miniature clips for your primary that you see right there to your left. Oh my god! I would have never guessed that in war.
Airborne aid to ground. That last blast to the toe on Optimus. You want to help? The time is now.
Alright. Time to heed the calling.
Autobots, listen up. Bumblebee's gonna punch through. Give him some cover and fire.
That's right. Bitches, cover me.
Suppressing fire.
Nice. It's weird. There's a whole bunch of these little cinematic crawl-through sequences where you get to a point, and I don't know if it's more or less like a checkpoint where you can't go back. I've never really tried to go back on any of them, but there's quite a few of them. Whoa! Yikes! No disassemble. I think it's cool too how they incorporated the extra face on Bumblebee's back. You probably already noticed it, but there's the Autobot symbol up on his shoulders, but if you look at his like lower back, there's a face right there. It's pretty cool.
Then I'll just have to destroy you all.
Oh, what a team player, dude. That's a gangster right there, taking a bullet for your homie like that.
Bumblebee.
Took a shot in the mouth for him. Go, 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 go. And that concludes the action for this scene. There's a nice little cinematic story that kind of, I don't know if I'd say catches us up or whatnot, but we'll go ahead and listen to a few seconds of it, and then we'll...
Cybertron.
That's simply for just completing the first level.
The Autobots have strived to protect from the Decepticons can no longer sustain us. Eons of civil war have caused the greatest of casualties. Our planet's very core has shut down, halting its production of life-giving energon. Most of us have abandoned our home in hopes of finding a new life among the stars. I am Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots.
Nice to meet you, Prime.
We do not know how many of our brothers escaped Megatron's blockade. I can only be certain of this. Just one transport remains.
Ruh-roh. Ooh, and we'll go ahead and cut it right there. So what do you guys think? Tell us. Let us know. You guys enjoying this game? Have you picked it up yet? Have you played multiplayer? Do you want to play some Escalation with me? Let's figure all these things out. But that will go ahead and wrap up Transformers Fall of Cybertron, the prologue, first look at the Exodus. And didn't do anything too fancy. Kind of talked some trash to Bumblebee and did some, you know, whatever. We'll check it out a little bit more as we go into the first mission. Until next time. So